Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. It's very late now, but I am going to make a Senate prediction for 2022 midterm elections as of, it's June 19th now. So yeah, as of June 19th, 2022. Um, so we're going to get started with the solid Republicans. So this is 15 points or more, the margin. So let's start with these ones we don't need to talk about. Uh, Actually, Missouri is gonna. I believe some people are. Some pollsters are predicting likely R. I think it's gonna be safe R because the country is so polarized, and Missouri is obviously a very red state. So yeah, Larry Sabato put Utah as likely, but the polls. I believe those polls are just garbage, absolute garbage. So yeah. Uh, Uh, Ohio is gonna. I believe Ohio is gonna go safe because it's gone. This seat, like Rob Portman's seat, has gone safe Republican. Like it went. It's always gone safe Republican in the states. It's just Ohio's become a redder and redder by election. So yeah, Florida, I believe, is going to be safe for the Republicans because the state has trended so heavily to the right. And Rubio, he won by like 8 points last time. Uh, So I think he's probably gonna win by obviously a safe margin this time. And that's for the D's. We have Washington, Oregon. Actually, no, not Washington. Oregon, California. California has a jungle primary system, which means like you won't even see if you look up like the results. You won't even see the Republican candidate. You'll just see two Democrat candidates facing off, which is it's kind of dumb. I think Hawaii, Illinois, Maryland, New York, Vermont. If Phil Scott had run, that would probably be like two D. Um, yeah, Connecticut. Okay, so those are the safe, solid Democrat states. All right, so now for the likelies. Um, we're gonna have first of all we're gonna have to do Washington. That's gonna be a little closer, but it's not gonna flip. I don't think it's gonna flip because it hasn't flipped in forever. Alright, so Republican, we're gonna have North Carolina, Wisconsin. Oh yeah, North Carolina. North Carolina has a Republican-leaning state, usually at the federal level, but it's Republican, with the exception of 2008, where Obama's coattails he swept the Senate and presidential race there. Wisconsin. Um, the Democrats are putting up Mandela Barnes, who I think is the worst type of candidate you can put up, especially in a state that's trending Republican, and in a red wave year against a conservative Republican like Ron Johnson. And Georgia, I put it as likely last time. I think it would be likely. Uh, However, the primary, I'm gonna take back that because the primary hasn't happened. Once the primary happens, I'm probably gonna put it as likely R again. But the primary hasn't happened yet. It hasn't really like boiled down yet. So I'm gonna put that right now as lean R instead of likely. Once the primary happens, it's probably gonna be likely. Uh, so I think those are the likelies, and then the leans. I already put one of the leans. Colorado. Once again, I'm holding my prediction as lean D. Colorado. I mean, the closest Republicans came to retaining was probably 2020 when Cory Gardner lost by 9. Outperformed Trump, but it wasn't enough. Uh, let's see. Oh yeah. Pennsylvania. This one, yeah, this one's gonna. I believe it's gonna go lean R, and I'm sticking with this prediction because Oz just won the nomination, and I know there was a there's a Suffolk poll that showed him trailing by 9 points, but I think that's a garbage poll, especially because it's a Suffolk poll always oversamples Democrats. They're almost like they're tr- they're almost like a Democrat booster poll. They try to it's trying to lift the morale of Democrat candidates, and yeah, it's just not reliable at all. And I believe it shows Fetterman winning whites and independents, which is laughable because uh, he Republicans will almost always win the white vote in Pennsylvania. Like Trump won it by like 15 points. And Fetterman he's not a moderate candidate. He is a progressive candidate, Bernie Sanders type candidate. Those types of candidates will not do well. They'll absolutely get crushed in a red wave year. Because voters are looking for conservative policies, not progressive policies, heavy spending policies. Because you got inflation, gas prices, and Fetterman, he said and if you look at his Twitter page, it says he's running to be the 51st vote in the Senate for the Democrats, which is really dumb because most people are dis most people disapprove of the Democrats right now. So that's like the opposite thing you would want to run on. That would be the opposite of what you actually want to run on. Uh, if Fetterman really wanted to win, he would try to be moderate and try to distance himself, not double down, say I want to run to pass Biden's agenda, because that's like who does that? No one. You're not gonna. That's not how you win an election in an environment that's negative for your party. And I believe Oz, he's not the best candidate for the Republicans. That would probably have been Sean Parnell, but yeah, he lost custody of his child. So um, Oz, he's a moderate Republican. You can clearly see, um, and he basically I think he has the baggage to win Pennsylvania by a lean margin, um, because uh, because of the environment, national environment, and because of Fetterman's such a far left candidate. Because this seat, Pennsylvania, for those of you who don't know, Pennsylvania has a history of electing. Uh, Pennsylvania has a history of electing moderate Republicans in red wave years, like Arlen Specter, Pat Toomey. You know, moderate. Arlen Specter became a Democrat, but still, they've always elected moderate Republicans, not progressive Democrats. They've never done that before, which is why. And Fetterman, there's too much. He would have to defy uh, the political environment, national environment, and he would have to defy decades and decades of historical uh, trend. So which is why Fetterman. I think he's too left wing to win this race. Um, so yeah, I think which is why I think Oz will win by. I don't know. He could probably win by like 7 points, maybe. And then Arizona. This is a hard one. I believe Arizona at the end of the day is going to go lean. Because Arizona, Mark Kelly. Some pollsters are saying, oh, he's popular. I don't think he's too popular because he hasn't distanced himself from Biden and Chuck Schumer enough. And then Blake Masters was just endorsed by Trump in the Senate race, and I think his policies would resonate well in a red wave year, like I've always said. Now Blake Masters, he's like a he tries to go like be like a kind of populist right wing conservative populist, and which I think that would go well in a red wave year, especially in a state like Arizona where uh, Republicans still have a voter registration advantage, and it's always been really close. It's not like it's a blue state or anything. And yeah. So, oh yeah, I forgot. I keep forgetting to put Alaska. Um, Alaska. Yeah. I hope. Well, not. I don't think that it's gonna like matter if the primary goes wrong between Lisa Murkowski and Kelly Shabaka. Okay, so Nevada, I believe is gonna go lean. I mean, not lean. Tilt. Republican Adam Legzall. I think he has the baggage to win against not so popular incumbent Catherine Cortez Masto, who has been quite liberal. Her voting record. Uh, so yeah. I think Adam Legzall. He has enough to win. It's all polls have shown this race has been pretty close. Uh, Here are the margins for 20. This is 2016. Here are the margins for 2016. I put she Cortez Master only won by barely won against her challenger, not challenger, her opponent Joe Heck. So I don't think she's gonna survive in a red wave year. And then for New Hampshire, I put it as Tilt D in the last few videos. This time, I believe, as the primaries gets closer, I think it's probably gonna go Tilt R. Chuck Morse, I think he's gonna be the nominee. And I think he's probably gonna be able to pull it off. I don't know, it's New England. Biden didn't win the state by as much as like he won like Massachusetts or Vermont or other New England states. He won by 7, and you can see last time. Um, Maggie Hassan, she didn't win by much. She only won by barely won. So I think the red wave might be able to barely carry Chuck Morris over, who is quite moderate. I think he would go well with New Englanders. Because New England's kind of weird. They're white and they have a lot of rural population, but yet they're so liberal. Most New England states are quite liberal, but New Hampshire is not one of those. Which is why I think Chuck Morris, in purplish state, like New Hampshire, would be able to barely take down Maggie Hassan in a red wave year. So this is my prediction, +1 for the Republicans from last time, 54 to 46. This prediction doesn't seem like it's going to change much, from contrast of last time's prediction that I made. Yeah. So this is my Senate prediction as of June 19th, 2022, and I'll see you guys next time.